Standard 8 English Literature poem Going Downhill on a Bicycle. Now, if you look at page 166, you will find that a line is given and you are asked, this particular thing is mentioned in which stanza of the poem, right? So you just have to choose the stanza. Now, answer A5, B4, C6, D5, E5, F3, G1 and 6. Okay, both 1 and 6 and H2. Page 167, reference to context. The first one. With lifted feet, hands still, I'm paused and down the hill. Dart with heedful mind. Whose voice do we hear in these lines? It is the boy's voice that we hear in these lines. Where is the persona? The persona is on the cycle, cycling down the hill. Which word means absolutely still but ready to go? The word poised means absolutely still but ready to go. Next, 2b. Swift and yet more swift, till the heart with a mighty lift makes the lungs laugh, the throat cry, "O bird, see, bird, I fly." Which action does the phrase swift and yet more swift refer to? The phrase swifter and yet more swift refers to the action of going downhill on a bicycle without having to use the paddles. In your own words, explain what you understand by makes the lungs laugh. Makes the lung laugh means making one feel so light and cheerful as if one were weightless and flying. It is the feeling of joy. To whom does the throat cry out? The throat cries out in joy to the bird that is flying above the boy nearby. Say, heart, is there aught like this in a world that is full of bliss? This more than skating bound, steel shot to the level ground. A rhetoric question is a question asked for effort or emphasis. It's a question to which the speaker does not expect a reply. Paraphrase and rewrite in your own words the rhetorical question in the given extract. The poet poses these questions to the bird into his own heart, wondering if there is any greater happiness than going downhill swiftly on a bicycle. What is the comparison drawn in these lines? The comparison drawn in these lines above about cycling downhill without any gear and skating in a rink. I repeat, the comparison drawn it will be drawn in these lines about cycling downhill without any gear and skating is a rink. The comparison is to the feeling of flying that you get when you are going downhill very fast. Which line in the stanza best contrasts with the line "your feathery life in air"? The line "your feathery life in air" best contrasts with "steel short to the level ground." Question 3. List the word or phrases that it give us a picture of going downhill on a bicycle. How does the poet convey different movements and speeds? The words or phrases that gives us a picture of going downhill on a bicycle include lifted feet and hands still, down the hill dart, swifter and yet more swift, heart with the mightier lift, float, fly. The poet uses different words associated with different movement and speed such as lift, fly, float, wheel crawls, speed and slackens. The poet uses these words to paint a picture of the boy going down the hill fast enough to feel that he was flying. Why does the persona address the bird? The persona who addresses the bird because he compares his joy with the joy of the bird that flies in the sky. He thinks that he is flying like a bird while cycling downhill. I repeat, he thinks, THINKS, that he is flying, FLYING, like a bird while cycling downhill. Paraphrase these lines at last that the longest hill must end in a vale. The longest hill cannot last forever. It is to arrive at a valley. Similarly, it cannot continue forever. It is a reference to how things can never be same in life. One moment if you are the happiest, the next you may be extremely sad. Everything has a start and end time, similar to the bicycle ride. Does the poem convey a message beyond its literal meaning? Explain and support your answer. Yes. The poem convey a message beyond its literal meaning. The last stanza gives a philosophical edge to the poem and tells us that all good and bad things must come to an end. You need to make the effort, hard work pays. I repeat, yes, the poem conveys a message. Conveys, okay? The word is given the question. Beyond its literal meaning, the last stanza gives a philosophical edge, edge, to the poem and tell us that all good and bad things come to an end. You need to make the effort, hard work pays.